Hi, this is Soy Envoy Kelly Robertson with Precision Crop Services in Benton, Illinois. And here it is, the first part of September. We're out here in this bean field and these beans are beginning to turn. And so what does our attention focus towards? Bean harvest. But what also do we have the back of our mind, especially in southern Illinois, and that's planting wheat. And so as I look forward to harvesting this bean crop, I also need to be looking forward to planting wheat. And so there's a couple of things that are very important as we combine this bean crop that we need to be aware of to make sure that we ensure ourselves of that first step in trying to obtain high wheat yields, and that is managing the residue. So as we combine this crop, the first thing we want to do is make sure that our chopper is adjusted and working properly so that all the residue that comes through the combine is evenly sized. All right? And so we want to make sure that we've got evenly sized residue to distribute out the back of the combine. The second place we want to look at is the spreader and the spreaders on the rear of the combine. First of all, they need to be able to spread that residue and the fines that come through the combine all the way across the header width or the width of cut. The other thing we've got to make sure that they do is that the spreader catches those fines and that the fines don't get blown over the spreader. Why is this important? Well, in fields that have uneven distribution of material, you've got these thick mats of material right behind the combine. Maybe it's fines coming back from behind the spreader, or it's the chopper and the other residue that's not getting distributed evenly. And so in a no-till situation, we end up with varying seeding depths. So while we might be trying to seed our wheat 1.5 inches deep, there may be places in the thick residue where we're actually putting it right on top of the ground. That residue not being distributed evenly across the width of the cut or being piled up into bands behind the combine can cause the drill units or the planter units to ride out of the ground. So we want to be aware that we need to get this done. The other thing is, on conventional ground, when you have those columns of material, even when you work it, that material still is in that column and can cause the planter to ride out of the ground. So it's very important that we get that material distributed evenly and also have it evenly sized across the entire width of the combine. So the other thing we want to look at is our wheat harvest, because we're going to plant double crop beans behind those wheat. And the same thing applies to the combine there. As we're harvesting the wheat, we have a tendency to have a column or a row of straw right behind the combine or a lot of fines. And this too can result in, when we go to no-till plant our soybeans, this can result in the soybeans not getting seeded at the proper depth. And so if we want timely, even emergence both on our wheat and our double crop soybeans, we need to manage the residue ahead of both crops with the combine. The combine is the first step to success in high yield wheat and high yield double crop soybean management.